pads on today.
Is Mike ruled out for this weekend?
No, not necessarily, no. But he'll be limited today.
Is that something that could go down to game time, whether or not he might go?
It could. It depends on how you practice over the next couple of days.
In a perfect world, you'd like to see him take kind of live contact before come out of the game, right?
Well, yesterday we didn't have the pads on, but it was some contact. He got banged around a little bit, but I don't want to give him too much contact because I don't want any setbacks. He's played football all his life, so I'm sure he's used to getting hit.
Coach, you implemented some things early on for the job to try to help the team be healthier throughout the duration of the season. How effective do you think those things have been so far?
As far as soft tissue injuries, I think it's been effective. I think we're over the hump after leaving training camp with the soft tissue injuries. Now, there have been some ACLs and things like that that's going to happen, but soft tissue was really the main concern.
Coach, your thoughts on Belvedere being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Month?
He deserved it. He deserved it. I mean, he's played his tail off. I just wish we could have done it on some victories, but he deserved it.
And you kind of, I think you said this, he's really motivated since you kind of got with him. How rare is that for a guy to get a big deal and then to come in and not maybe be a little resting on his laurels?
Well, that just speaks to his character and his mom and dad and how they raised him. He was raised right, and he shows up every day to work, and he plays hard, regardless of the contract.
How different is it preparing for an NFC opponent? You only played once every 4 years. Is there much difference in that, or is it just preparation?
It's just preparation like normal. I mean, you can only do so much, so it's not very complicated.
What makes Carson so dangerous?
His mobility, his ability to escape the pocket, make plays. They do a good job of staying alive when he gets outside of that pocket. So we really want to contain that. Those are plays that don't show up on tape that you can't prepare for. So they do a good job with that.
Not only is he mobile, pretty big dude too. So
6'3", 240, and he's hard to get down. So when you go to wrap him up, you better wrap him up good.
Does it remind you of anybody that you faced in the past in terms of?
Early on, like Big Ben, early on, hard to tackle in the pocket. I see some of that with him. Testaverde,
Anthony, you guys were good enough on first and second down to put Kansas City into some pretty clear passing situations. And when they were in those situations, you kind of brought in a pass rushing defensive line with Chris McCain and Bosa and Melvin and Corey. When you're in that situation, I mean, what is it about those four guys together, and how do they kind of present problems for an offensive line?
Well, they can rush the passer. And when we get people in obvious passing situations, then we can put our best on the field. We can run games, their speed, their athletic, their power. There's so many things you can do with them in passing situations. So
How did you like that look against Kansas City?
I liked it. I would love to get Philadelphia in a lot of passing situations.
What's your read on the team? Is there any anxiety, or are they the same mood as they've been up to this point?
No, everybody's spirits are up. I mean, we know, it's still early, and we got a lot of football left. No one's flinching. Not the start that we wanted. We understand that, but no one's flinching.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right.
What did you see from those guys and their ability to kind of give the offensive lines problems?
Oh, those guys up front, I think we got the best front four of the D-line unit in the league. So those guys at any moment can change the game, and it's just fun playing behind those guys.
As an individual, how much different has it been your sophomore year compared to last year as a rookie?
It's been a big difference. I'm out there a little more confident. Just out there just having fun and just know what to expect sometimes.
What do you have to do to effectively limit big plays by Carson's wins?
We just got to execute our assignment, do our job, and just tackle at the end of the day, make plays.
Big guy, big arm. Do you remind anybody that you faced? I know you've only been in a couple of years.
I think he's different in his own way. He kind of got his own identity, so I don't think he remind me of anybody.
What's his with the rushing attack, especially a big guy like Garrett Wood?
Mm-hmm.
What's his actually about? What makes him so effective?
I'd say wrapping up that guy. You know, just trying to get everybody to the ball, just get everybody to the ball to make plays.
You guys defensively done a pretty good job keeping teams off the board. Are you frustrated that you played this well and you guys are sitting there?
No, I mean, we're a team. You know, everything we do is with a team and a unit. So if we struggle, everybody struggles. So it's nothing to get frustrated about.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think sometimes those aspects of the game, it takes time for an offensive unit to gel on that, but they were hitting on full stride last week. So, again, the quarterback is impressive, has the ability to extend the plays. A little bit different than last week in that he'll extend plays and he looks to take shots, you know, explosive type plays. And very active, not a quarterback that slides or goes to ground. He tries to get extra yards, so extremely competitive quarterback, tries to extend plays, and then along with the run game.
That's makes it pretty dangerous, doesn't it? A guy that's big, mobile like that can get outside the pocket.
It does. It does. You know, you always go over through quarterback mannerisms and, affecting the quarterback and his style. And yeah, he's different than most guys that you face. Sometimes when they haven't been in the league very long, they're pretty courageous, and he plays like that. But I think it's more, I know him. He went to North Dakota State, so I have some ties with him, and I know his competitive nature. And I think, when you take out and watch the tape, that's what jumps out, just extremely competitive.
With him and Emmanuel, will it be kind of cool for you to see a couple of Bisons going after it?
Yeah, you don't think of it at the time. You think of more of the situations, but it is. It's been many years where every couple years maybe someone from North Dakota State got an opportunity in the NFL. But now the last couple of years there's 5 or 6 guys that have been at the league at the same time. So credit to North Dakota State, but really credit to the players.
Gus, you guys were able to put Kansas City into some obvious passing situations, and when you did, you were able to put your 4 best pass rushers on the field together on the line. Is that just kind of mentality, put our best guys out there and let them in those situations just go?
Right. Well, I mean, depending on the situation, but I think that is one of our strengths of our defense, obviously, is our edge rushers and interior rushers. So you have the ability in third and situations. Everybody would like to be in third and long, when you have those, because they can pin their ears back and get going. So, that's the whole objective, is to do well enough on first and second down to get those third and long. I think last week, we were pretty good from 3rd and 3 on. The 3rd and 1s, the 2s, that's when the percentages flip more in the offensive favor at times. So we just got to be better there. But as many times we can get them in those longer yardage, the better. We are. Well, I think we made an effort to really move those guys around, with Joey, with Melvin, with Chris McCain, try to, not keep them on one side or the other. It's always, I think, more of a challenge for a tackle. They can't just say, he's the left end, I'm going to study him all week. You really got to take the time to study all the guys because they could be lined up anywhere.
I'm not sure where that phrase "pin your ears back" comes from, but when you have edge rushers like you have, and you're in those third down offense passing downs, is there something that changes with those types of guys, the Von Millers, the Ingram?
I think that's what they live for. They live for those passing situations where, now some teams will come up, there'll be an occasional run or a trap play or things like that show up. But for the most part, yeah, when they're in that pass rush mode, their get off. The key to pass rush is, first the get off. And that's why in loud environments it's sometimes tough. And the crowd is quiet at home for those, or loud at home for those reasons. So, you get a chance to get that rush going in third down situations. But we've had some success on first and second down as well.
Gus Melvin was the AFC Defensive Player of the Month. I know you had expectations or thoughts about him when he took the job, but 9 months later, now they had time to work with him. What's really is different about Melvin Ingram than maybe you knew of before you got him?
You know what? He's obviously a very good athlete, and I think one of his strongest traits is he's very explosive. He's one of the most explosive guys on our team, and that's what shows up. And just his knowledge of the game. You know, he really is a student. He understands schemes. If he sees it or he understands it, he's a quick study, and he picks up on things really well. So he's just been tremendous. I've only known him for a short period of time, but the Melvin I know, tremendous work ethic and, very, very professional.
Is his skill set similar to or different from other guys you've had in the past?
Well, he has the ability. He can play multiple positions. Some guys are really good edge rushers, but you put them inside, and they're not as effective. But he has traits on the outside. He has traits on the inside. He can come from depth. I mean, he just is unique that way. I'm not sure that I've been around somebody that has all that type of skill set.
I'm surprised how effective he is as an inside rusher with his size and his build.
Yeah, because sometimes when you look at rushers, a physical trait you look for is in length. And I wouldn't say that he has great length. But his explosiveness, I think, is really what is the key for him.
Coach, you've done a good job against the tight ends the last couple of weeks, especially Kelsey last week, but Ertz leads all tight ends in catches. What makes Zach Ertz such a dynamic
Well, very similar in how they utilize them. So, they come from the same system that you see in Kansas City. You see some of those flashes in Philadelphia, how they utilize their tight end. You see some similarities there. And then there's some parts that are completely different. So, but they'll flex them out, try to get them in matchups, look and see the matchup that they have. And I think it's really week to week. You play in a tight end and, he had one catch and, the next time you play him, he could have 5 or 6 or whatever. So I think it's like we said last week. You just have awareness of where these guys are on the field. Okay? All right. Thank you.